Hey folks, my name is Joel Duggan, and this is the Citadel, a survival multiplayer server where myself and some friends do some geeky stuff in Minecraft. Last time we were out collecting the new coral blocks, as well as some kelp and some sea pickles, and we're heading back to my cabin to decorate the pond. So we made it back to Dartmouth Meadows, and I think the next step is going to be to tear out all of the soul sand in places where I don't want it. And also we've put our coral away. We had to add a new chest to the barn. So we didn't quite get all of the coral. We got all the different kinds of coral blocks, and we got all the different kinds of coral fans. I'm not going to be putting these in the pond, but I wanted to get them anyway. The main reason is because I think if I grab 4 of these, and let's just grab, what would look good with these? I guess the brown trapdoors is probably going to be the ones that make the most sense. So let's make some more spruce trapdoors, because I want to try and do something here that I know. 2. How many I'm going to need? I should probably just make them all. So, I'm going to need more than 4. 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay, so I think my idea, grab a couple buckets of water here. I want to put up like a temporary sea pickle, not farm, but I guess you could call it a farm. I don't know where to put it though, so let's just look over the hill here, maybe somewhere towards the tree farm. I guess I could put it right here for now. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So what I wanted to do is, if you can put sea pickles on coral and bone meal them, and they will grow. So if we do that, and then we'll have to put down the trapdoors first. That. And like this. So then we can put the coral and the water in quite quickly. So because if to put the coral in without the water, then the coral will die. So put in the nice bright coral, put in the water. I think if I just put another one here, then we should get infinite water source. Perfect. And now if I put in, I left the sea pickles in the barn. So go grab those, and I'm going to grab some bone meal, and we'll see if we can't multiply the sea pickles and give ourselves essentially an infinite source, because we have we've got bone farms everywhere. So let's just grab 16 bones, turn that into bone meal, and see if we can, I guess, duplicate our sea pickles. So to place them down, I guess you just do that. So that's 4. And then, oh, fantastic. That is going to make things so much easier. And then we can just, so I put in 4, and I get out, it's 16, I think, to start. Minus 4 is 12. So yeah, this is fantastic. So let's do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 24 left. Try that again. Like that. And I'm up to 40. Wow. Okay. So the good news is you don't have to destroy sea pickles in the wild. You can just get 4 of them and bring them back. Even just 1. And you'd be laughing. So that's fantastic. Which apparently is the word of the day. I think earlier in the episode when I was out exploring, I was saying excellent a lot. And then today, because it's the next day, I'm saying fantastic a lot. I'm just excited about 1.13. So now it is time to get this little pond looking a lot spiffier. I have removed all of the soul sand from the pond, and we are about to put in some new blocks. I filled my inventory with a bunch of blocks that I thought would look good as like the silt and the soil at the bottom of a pond. And we're also going to put some soul sand back at the base of this little like small waterfall here. And I'm thinking like maybe, where can I grab some? I put some in that location, and then maybe, even though you don't necessarily want them right next to each other all the time, if I use my shovel, grab that. Oh, it's the problem with having some of these powerful shovels, is that you go through stuff quite quickly. So I put a couple there, and then maybe one more I don't want to put them like right next to each other, but maybe if I put one here, then that will also work. How does that look from over here on the shore? Yeah, see, that sort of makes sense. I want to say maybe we should put it here instead, though. So we'll put the other soul sand there. And apologies for the loud noises. If I ever walk over one of these, then it's quite loud. So we'll put the coarse dirt down for now. And we'll come back over to this side and revisit it, because the side that I see the most is actually the one over here by my barn. So I don't necessarily think I want any rocks or this much. I like the gravel. I'm curious as to whether this light gray and brown concrete will look good. I know that we've got some... What's that? That is brown terracotta. So we've got gray terracotta, which is darker. And then we've got the light gray terracotta, which is a little bit more almost like a silt color. I kind of like it. So maybe we can put a couple of those in here. I'm trying to speckle this up around a little bit. Maybe, what does the brown concrete look like? I feel like that's going to be too saturated. Yeah, not a fan of that. So let's get that off the hotbar. Coarse dirt. What does podzol look like underwater? And will it stay podzol? I imagine if it's like grass, it'll probably disappear and just turn into regular dirt. So I'll leave that there for a little bit and see what happens. Because we've got some podzol up here, so it would make sense that it would be kind of like down a level. But what do I want to do? That was a light before, so we can just fill that in with whatever. That doesn't have to be anything special. If this is gravel, then maybe something like that there. And let's see. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more, and we'll come back after I've had a chance to kind of like artistically design the bottom of my pond. Well, I have to say that I'm pretty happy with the way that this turned out. And it looks like the podzol is not disappearing while underwater. I don't know if that's new with this update, but I like it. It makes sense that some of the podzol would be kind of like creeping down. And if I jump into the water here, we've got the gravel that comes down. I did not end up using any brown concrete, but I did end up using gray terracotta and brown terracotta for some of, I guess, the darker sections and some of the deeper sections. I replaced a lot of dirt with coarse dirt. There was more dirt down here than I remember. And then over this side, we did the same thing. Kind of just made sense of the way that things were flowing. We put the bubbles in kind of an intentional place. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it makes the waterfall look cooler. Might want to put some bubbles in the backside there. I think I might replace this gravel block with a soul sand block and see how that looks. And I did place down some sea pickles just so I could see what I was doing underwater. But we also have some clay and some more of this light gray terracotta, which I think works nicely to replace kind of like the soul sand, you know, because it's not the same texture, but some of the soul sand bits are lighter. And I thought that this kind of like took one of those colors and kind of made it into a full block. But the thing that I wanted to do right now, I was going to start putting in all the green foliage, but I was thinking and I remembered that you can now put slabs and stairs underwater, so we can maybe upgrade this waterfall a little bit. I'm thinking like maybe if I put a slab there, I don't want it to affect the water. What if I put... I feel like when I change this, the water's going to change, and I don't want that to happen. How can I do this properly? I want to put a mossy cobble right there, but I don't want that. I don't want this brick to fall. So let's do temporarily. Let's maybe remove. Let's remove this and put it back real fast. And then now I should be able to get underneath here. Do the same thing. Yeah, okay, so it took me a really long time to get the shape of this waterfall to flow right, and I don't want to mess it up. I don't know if I necessarily like just the straight edge to that. So I might want to try to put, I wonder if I can put a slab back there. I don't want this to get screwed up. Yep, that screwed it up. Crap. All right. Go back to normal. Of course you're not going to go back to normal. Sigh. Okay, well, I'll have to mess around with this a little bit more and see if I can't get this look better. That took a little bit more fiddling than I thought, but I got it looking the way that I want. We've got kind of soul sand sprinkled in amongst some rocks. It looks like this is kind of coming down over some river rocks. And on this side, I did the same thing and kind of gave it a little bit more topography, I guess. It makes a little bit more sense, at least to me. I'm not thrilled about this, but it kind of has to be there for the shape of the waterfall. I might try to come back in here and do some stuff later, but for now I think that this is going to look pretty good. I also added a couple more sea pickles in here. You can't really tell in the daytime because 2 sea pickles don't give off quite enough light. Something that I remembered that I have been playing with is that the more sea pickles that you have in a square, the more light they give off. But 1 and 2, it's really hard to see. So I thought I would come out here in the dark and maybe place down a few more and see if we have the right gauge in terms of how many we have around. I sort of like the idea of hiding them so that you can't really see them from the walkway. But I'm not really sure if that's going to be enough for this pond or whether we want a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like that's okay. Maybe 1. Oh no, I can't do that because that's got soul sand on it. Maybe we can tuck one here. Is 1 even enough? Maybe 2. Yeah. Oh, sun's starting to come up. Let's quickly do this side. Where would we want? I'm thinking probably at least 2 there. And maybe 1 over here. Or 2. Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. We can always come back and add more. So I think the best approach for this is going to be to start with the seagrass. So just go under here and bone meal. And wow, it just kind of goes everywhere. That's awesome. Let's put some up there. And maybe a little there. I'm going to come back and probably take some of this out. Or at least replace it with kelp. We'll swim across this way. Maybe we'll put some. There wouldn't be too much, I don't think, happening with the waterfall because it would be the water flow would be too intense. So we'll do that. And we'll just throw some in there. And there's definitely going to be some over here. So that to me looks like a little overkill. So maybe we can go through and then thin it out a little bit. Maybe no to these guys on the sand. Ugh. I can't sleep because Mattcast is doing AFK at his fish farm and we don't have single player sleep on the server. I can try. I don't think it's going to change the weather though. Nope. It did not. Alright, well, at least we can continue on in here. How do we want to get rid of some of this stuff? So I like all this. Maybe a little bit too much in one spot here. So let's get rid of that one. Wow, that is ominous. I'm going to keep on poking at this. This is going to be like an arduous project. But I'll come back and update you guys when we're ready for the kelp. Okay, I'd say that's looking pretty good. Now we have to decide what part of the deeper sections of the pond we want to put the kelp in. And I'm thinking some places where, you know, you get lots of opportunity to have it be at least too tall. Because I don't think, I'll move the lily pad, but I don't think you can put another one on top. I'm pretty sure that they stop one below the surface. Yeah. So I'm glad I removed that lily pad because I'd want to be able to see the kelp. Maybe another one there. And maybe another, I don't want to overdo it with the green either. So on this side, I'm thinking we put some kelp here, and then maybe also here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think maybe we'll get rid of this though. Okay, so I got sick of the rain. I decided to sleep that away. I was messing around with some bone meal on some 2 high seagrass. I moved the kelp around a little bit. I also took out the grassy bit here on the side and replaced this whole section here with a big rock. And then I put some sugarcane, or I think more sugarcane down here. I also moved the lily pads around, put in some 2 high seagrass down here. So at long last, we are finally ready to put some fish in the pond. I don't exactly know what order I'm going to do this. I'm assuming they can probably swim back and forth. I don't know. I hope they don't all end up in the lower pond. But I'm thinking I'd like to have some tropical fish up here because this is the part that I see the most. And then we'll put maybe some tropical fish and some cod and stuff, some salmon down there. So I've got these buckets on me. And as we found out last time, you can't really tell what colors these tropical fish are. So those are the tropical ones. So let's just see what we get. I think I have to be underwater to do this. So there's that guy. That's good. Let's see if we get another brightly colored one. Yep, kind of a pink one. He's already swimming around. Looks like they can probably move up to down. I don't know if they're going to swim up the waterfall or not. That'd be interesting. And we'll put a third one in here too. Oh, you do have to be underwater. Yeah. And this is more tropical fish, but let's put a tropical fish, the salmon, and the cod in the lower part of the pond. Down here. I've had to replace the crops around here so many times because I keep on jumping on them by mistake. Let's just jump in here. Put him in here. Oh, there you go. He was the same color as the block. And last one, like that. We are probably going to have to go get some more. I feel like this could probably use a bit more fish, but for now, it's pretty good. I have no idea whether they breed on their own or whether you have to feed them. I have to look into that. But already I think we've lost all the... I think they've all swam down to the lower level. Oh no, we got one up here. Up here. I feel like once they get caught in that current, they might go down. Interesting. So all the fish that I put up here are now down there. Oh well. So I was curious and decided to sit here and watch these guys for a little bit. And they can swim up the waterfall. So it looks like they might just kind of come and go as they please, which is really cool. It means that every time we walk by the pond up here to go into our barn, we might see some different fish. Well, I have to say that I really like the way that this turned out. It was a lot of work to go and find the fish and the kelp and the sea pickles, but we had a lot of fun along the way, and I think we brought a lot of life to the little pond here by the log cabin. Unfortunately, that's all the time that I have for today. If you've liked this video, then leave a like below. Hey, imagine that. You can subscribe if you're new to get notifications when I post new content on YouTube. And hey, why not follow me over on Twitch? It's just my name, Joel Duggan. That's it for me, folks. I will see you next time.